Okay, next question. How do we know if we are light seeds? So normally, oh my goodness. So that's kind of like a combination of Lightworkers and Starseeds. So this is where it depends upon your definition, because technically everybody is a starseed because nobody originated from Earth originally. Everything was brought here. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about those that have not incarnated upon Earth before and were from a different reality, different universe, different dimension, heard the call of Gaia put out, and are what are classified as wanderers or volunteers. And they come from wherever they came from to come here to bring their light to help Gaia go through the ascension, because the vibration here was just too heavy and dense for her to be able to ascend. So, and light workers, well, if you want to love people and do good stuff, you're a light worker. There's nothing really special about light workers. Anyone who wants to just do good is a light worker. The starseeds is, they're not the rare ones because there's millions here. There's a lot now. So how do you know if you are a starseed? There are many things, but the primary ones would be you don't fit in. You never have. You were always trying to. You have a difficult time fitting in. And you try different things, and you kind of enjoy everything. Everything's okay, and you just don't fit in. So that's a big one. Second one, you kind of feel like you're a gypsy, like you could easily just live in one city for a couple years and then bounce to someplace else for another few years, and then go someplace else and then someplace else. You don't have that need to just live in one place. This is the house I'm going to live in for the rest of my life, and just hunker down roots. That kind of is the opposite for you. You don't want roots. You want to be able to just be free to just go anywhere and do anything. So that would be another clue. Starseeds usually have some have children, but again, we're talking vast majority. Vast majority don't want children. They could be talked into it, but it's not something that's on the thing that they have to do. Like most humans, they have to have children. Like it's this calling to them that they must reproduce. And for a starseed, it's like well, maybe I'll foster, help for short periods of time. That might be more of the call if you feel like having children. But for the most part, starseeds don't really want children, nor do they usually want to be married. A lot of them just try it out because it kind of is part of the societal rules, but it's usually not a calling that they have. Most starseeds just have a hard time finding relationships. Because they're always having to change themselves to fit in with everything, and it just doesn't seem to work. So that's don't fit in, want to be a gypsy, not really into kids or relationships so much. Fourth, you just know things. You are really good at coming up with answers to puzzles that other people can't seem to figure out. Starseeds usually have a very high IQ, can easily grasp very complicated topics, but not all. But I mean, we're talking usually the vast majority, very, very intellectual, can easily handle physics, easily handle quantum physics, um, usually are not super good in school settings because have a difficult time kind of dealing with school, not because of any kind of attention thing. It's just, it doesn't seem to matter because it always seemed like it was just going to be easy to know the information if we needed it at that time, because it was always kind of in the background that we could just download the information. So let's see what else is there. Naturally are, again, vast majority more into nature and animals and wanting to be more outdoorsy. I'm not saying athletic, but just more wanting to be not so much enjoying, loving sitting in front of a computer or sitting in front of a TV, would much rather be out exploring and doing things outside, or have some sort of ability to interact with animals in a special way. So it's there. It's not like we have certain markings on us, which would have been awesome. But it's just more general things. Most have childhood memories that are of being able to, feeling like they should be able to telepathically connect to other things and be able to move items with their mind. I remember sitting in my room as a little girl and I'm like, why is this pencil not moving? Because I'm like, pencil, move. So there's a lot that have that as a child, feeling like we should be able to do things and it just doesn't seem to work. Questioning whether or not we're adopted because we just don't seem to fit in with our own families. Even though we might look like them, we just don't have that family bond per se. It's we just always feel, for the most part, like there's just something off. And it's just that little thing that we're just not like anyone else. And I know most people say, well, everyone feels like that. No, this is different. It's this, there's just something that you know is weird and different. And you just have this desire to go to a place that you consider home, because wherever you are, it doesn't feel like home. And you don't know where that is, but you just know where you currently are. It doesn't feel like home. No matter what furniture you buy, no matter who's in the room, no matter what's going on, it doesn't quite feel like home. Something is missing. And it's that something is missing that was just like, what's going on? So that's how you can start to recognize the signs. And then once you start opening up to that, there's a whole different ballgame of things that then start activating within you once you allow yourself to remember. But we deliberately had our memories turned off so we wouldn't know, in order to protect us, for lack of a better term, because we were on the radar to keep us unactivated. So we deliberately came in with our knowledge kind of shushed, so we wouldn't recognize when we were waking up. Until now, only a handful that woke up prior to this. But yeah, that's basically starseeds in a nutshell. And yeah, once you start allowing yourself to remember, the memories start flooding back. And you'll remember not everything, but and things that But you also don't want to remember everything, because then it also makes it more difficult being here, because you remember the awesomeness. To put it in a pathetic word, it doesn't even come close. So, yeah, hopefully that helped. Okay, next question.